Phillip, hello, this is Jillian from Big Peach Midtown, and this is your hill running video from the Transform Running Workshop on April 16th. Now, what we've got going on here is not an analysis of your current running form as it relates to posture, lean, and landing. We got into that with the baseline video. What we're looking at now is what tweaks we can use to improve the experience of running up and down hills to our current running tendencies. So let's take a look at you at regular speed going down the hill. We're seeing a lot of the same big strides and heel striking that we saw when we took footage of you in the parking lot. And we're more or less seeing essentially the same elements as you came up the hill. So let's take a look at your downhill in slow-mo. So when we're talking about going downhill, we want to make sure that we are maintaining a forward lean, despite the fact that one of the key elements of the body protecting itself from falling forward on its face is to do everything it can to limit this forward lean as you go downhill. The positive note to report is that you are doing a good job, at least through the top of the body, maintaining that forward lean that we saw in your baseline video. However, we are also maintaining the same overstriding tendencies that we saw in the baseline video. And it's critical to emphasize overstriding as we run downhill. We're 4 times more likely to overstride when we go downhill, having a lot to do with the fact that we have that increased velocity and momentum with the addition of that incline. So we've got to make sure that we are taking quicker, shorter strides, increasing our cadence, even more so than we would increase on the road, to make sure that we are protecting that knee. And we're doing a better job of landing with more of a bent knee when we make impact with the ground. All right. And then the other aspect of that, making sure that we're keeping the arms from winging out, pointing out to the sides excessively. That's going to make sure that we feel a little bit more stable when we keep our elbows consistently pointing back, the hands loose and swinging forward, and having the arms, forearms especially, close to the rib cage. It's going to help stabilize you as you go down that hill, especially if you're going to be flying down it like that. Coming back up, I'd recommend a conservative approach. Maintain the same kind of cadence you would as you came up a hill on a regular surface, as you would on a regular straight surface. Have the elbows consistently pointing back once again, and if anything, exaggerate the backward swing. Like really swing the elbows back and really swing the hands, the loose hands forward to help propel you up the hill, especially when your arms get tired. Another element of the top-down approach to posture that definitely needs to apply to uphill running: keep your chin out of the chest. Keep your eyes on the prize at the top of that hill. I know it can be hard. Hills do suck, but you have to keep an eye on it. We want to make sure that we don't compromise our ability to breathe properly and oxygenate our muscles properly during this high-impact activity. Alright, and as you get a little bit more speed up the hill, taking a look at that forward orientation of the upper body, the overstriding is not as pronounced as we saw going downhill, but of course that is what we can expect. Just make sure we're taking those shorter, more frequent steps and shortening that stride as we come up the hill. And most importantly, work on your core strength so that we see our center of gravity, our pelvic region aligned with our upper and our lower body, and so that we're not literally dragging our butt up the hill, creating more work, fight against gravity for the body that can sap a lot of energy out of your run. All right, Phillip, that is your hill running video from the Transform Running Workshop here on April 16th. Thank you so much for your participation and your energy.